Next on Night Watch, a rash of carjackings has one neighborhood on edge, how police are addressing the problem, and what you can do to stay safe.
And it is the first unveiling of the new Fat City Redevelopment Plan, why Parish officials say that this plan, unlike so many in the past, will work. And President Obama makes his first visit to Mexico on a trip to address the growing security threats to America's border and the growing drug concerns. What people there say can be done right now to help.
From WWL-TV, the spirit of Louisiana, this is Louisiana's news leader. Channel 4's Eyewitness News Night Watch.
It is the heart of Metairie and Jefferson Parish. Leaders believe that it has a very strong economic potential, but Fat City would need a major makeover for that to happen. Today, a task force that spent the last 10 months studying a redevelopment strategy for the area unveils their vision and says this plan, unlike so many in the past, will work. Susan Edwards reports.
Stevenson didn't open a restaurant in Fat City for what it is today.
Our drainage is horrible. Our streets are in poor condition. Our businesses kind of let themselves go a little bit.
She chose this dilapidated and often ignored neighborhood because of the potential she sees. And after seeing the latest in a series of plans to revitalize Fat City, she hears many who dismiss it as just another pipe dream.
We've talked to a lot of other businesses around here, and they're saying they'll see it when they, they'll believe it when they see it. So, it's just not been happening.
But Stevenson is a believer.
I'm going to just say, leave it at that. Just keep my fingers crossed and say, hopefully so it'll happen.
This is the vision Stevenson wants to see as reality, a plan unveiled by parish and business leaders today, one they describe as a pedestrian-friendly, family-oriented, French Quarter-esque retail area, encompassing about 100 acres, enclosed by Causeway Boulevard, Severn Avenue, West Esplanade, and Division Street. Jim Hudson is head of the task force for the Fat City Plan.
I mean, there are some really top-notch businesses in Fat City, and they're gonna buy into this, and they are buying into this.
But Hudson has skeptics and challenges to overcome. Talks of a Fat City redevelopment have gone on for years, but either failed or never started. One huge obstacle, the funding. Hudson says this plan is already partially paid for.
There was a TIF formed, and so that's going to provide some additional seed capital coming out of the sales tax from Macy's, and that will go into a special fund which will help provide some seed money to help us drive this project forward.
That's estimated to provide at least $3 million in funds for the Fat City project. Still, Councilwoman-elect Cynthia Lee Shang admits it's a plan that will come along in baby steps.
We're not going to be able to tackle this whole 100 acres in the next couple of years, and that's an unrealistic project. But to say, let's start reversing the trends.
That means getting rid of front yard dumpsters and signs that are out of code, adding landscaping, street lights, and remove blighted properties to cut back on crime. Long-term, the plan addresses the lack of parking, drainage, sewerage, underground utilities, and what doesn't fit the vision for a new Fat City so it can develop into the economic engine parish leaders envision.
This is a family-friendly environment. Do you want strip places? And I probably would say no, and that's been the feel of the task force.
The Jefferson Parish Economic Development Commission, who developed this plan, says this is something that will take 10 to 15 years to complete, but the first step is underway with some renovations to 18th Street to start soon. Mike.
All right, thank you, Susan.